Well, in case you forgot what fall feels like, we thought we'd remind you in the east. It's a brisk start to your work week. I'm meteorologist Jaclyn Whittal. We're going to talk a little bit about how long that cold air hangs out. Plus, we'll talk about some relief out west in terms of the wildfires. Talking about you folks in Wyoming, that's where we're watching for the fire risk. Let's talk a little bit about what we have going on. Do you see this line of storms? That's the same line of storms that moved through the lower Great Lakes yesterday and really through the Midwest. We saw severe weather, plenty of tornado warnings, lots of severe thunderstorm warnings. Lots of wind damage reports. If you live in the lakes, maybe you've had the same kind of, feel to your weather through much of upstate New York. That is going to bring some gusty winds and some rain to the I-95 corridor today before that front will finally move offshore. And then that's it for you in the east. It is going to be gorgeous for the rest of the week. Yes, it's a cool start, especially to your Monday morning. But as the week goes on, it's going to be absolutely beautiful. You're going to get lots of sunshine and temperatures that, well, pretty close to where we should be this time of year until the end of the week, and then we warm back up for the weekend. So another blast of above seasonal air for you folks in the east. Now that's the story there. In the west, we have several rounds of rain moving in. In fact, a month's worth of rain for areas like Seattle is possible over the next 7 days. What that means is the potential for flash flooding, especially in the higher terrain of the Cascades and the Olympic Mountains. We're also talking about the return of some snowfall in the Sierra Nevada. That's going to help with the wildfires. All that runoff, right, is still moisture once it melts from the mountains, but also some rainfall too. So let's continue our story. There's your temperatures today, 60s for most people, 70 for Minneapolis on Tuesday. You can start to see that warm air creep in the Central Plains first, and then that's going to spread eastward. So here it is. This is your pattern. Go to kind of a zonal flow and then a nice ridge for the east by the weekend, but look at what lurks upstream, a big trough. So several rounds of cold air and active weather for the west, but very much the opposite in the east. So let's talk about the west a little bit more. So here's about 2 p.m. today, Tuesday rather. We're going to go ahead to tomorrow. We're going to see mountain snow, heavy rain, probably upwards to 15 to 20 inches of rain for some of the higher terrain. So we talk about a month's worth. That's what we mean. This is now midweek, 5 p.m. on Wednesday. Not a lot in the way of snowfall, but a lot of rain. And that rain will get down to central California, which is great news for areas, particularly hit hard like the vineyards, the Napa Valley, Sonoma Valley, those areas. And we continue, and another one lined up for the weekend. So what we call an atmospheric river, when moisture just streams in off the Pacific for days on end. That's what we're going to be seeing. Lots of snowfall. We'll come back and talk about how long this snow may stick around.